Hello, we are Goofy. Today we are going to present topic 4, water seepage. This is a content page. I will discuss the introduction first, and the remaining part will be discussed by my teammates. Let's start with the introduction. In this session, I will briefly explain what water seepage is, and its principle, the cause and effect, and the source of dampers. Water seepage refers to the flow of water from one location to another through porous material or small gates. It usually occurs when there is a difference in water level on both sides of structure. Rainwater, groundwater, construction water, condensation, pumping leak are the main source of the dampers. Water seepage is a prevalent issue in all buildings, typically occurring after heavy rainfall, pipe bursts, or long-term exposure to pools of water. Water can pose a serious threat to the inhabitants of buildings when left undetected or untreated. Water seepage mainly caused by the defects of building and lack of proper maintenance, such as cracks on the external wall, honeycomb concrete, defective sealant at window, defective waterproofing membrane at roof, defective external water and drainage pipes. Depends on the defects on different elements of the building. Water seepage may occur in different positions, such as window, roof, and wall. Water seepage is a serious problem that may cause many dangerous impacts. First, it may cause mold on building structure, which may lead to untidy appearance and hygiene problems. Water seepage also will cause the corrosion of steel reinforcement bar in concrete. It increases the volume of steel bar and bursts the concrete. Therefore, the concrete will spill. As a result, the building structure will lose its strength to support. Besides it, water seepage will also cause short circuits and leading fire accidents.
Now I would like to talk about the examples and the usual testing method for the water seepage in Hong Kong. The first one is the roof. When the roof encounters a poor design during the construction, it will drastically affect its capability. For instance, if the roof does not possess sufficient force to drain out the water, it will consequence in ponding. Another factor that will affect the capability is the poor manual installation. The inferior manual installation will consequence in the deflection of the slab. In addition, uneven thickness of the liquid waterproofing layers and improper curing of the roofing materials are also vital factors of the inferior manual installation. The second example of the water seepage is the window. If the window having a poor performance in water tightness will drastically increase the chance of encountering the water seepage during a natural disaster. Another reason that will contribute to water seepage is the poor performance of the installation. It implied that the excessive gaps left in the concrete structure for installing the window frames that are subsequently left without proper filling. The third example of the water seepage is the suspended floor slab. As the floor slab associated with the exposure to subsurface water pressure or increasing content of humidity, it will lead to a seepage on the floor. Meanwhile, the inadequate thickness of the waterproofing layer is also the reason for water seepage. Profession Guideline of Water Seepage by HKIS in 2014 indicated that there are 5 steps when you realize your building exists the issue of water leakage. The investigation is necessary for the compensation by the third party. For the part of the testing method, the first one is the moisture meter test. The main purpose of this apparatus is to identify the content of dampness in suspected area compared with the surrounding. Owing to the water processing having higher electrical conductivity, therefore, when the meter is contacting with the suspected area, the meter can get the result instantly. The most significant benefit of this method is it can relatively sensitive to test the content of the humidity. The second testing method is the infrared thermographic test. As infrared thermography is sensitive to heat, it can utilize in the dark surrounding. The infrared thermography survey can figure out its surface temperature variation. Therefore, it can determine the variation of the thermal radiation energy in a non-contact way. The spectrum of the infrared thermography can show the range of the detecting object.
Then I'm talk about some cases with seepage problem. First, we have the Fengdong house. It's an elderly house located in Nantai Island. In total, there are 3 places having seepage problem. The activity room on ground floor, room 3 and 2 bathroom on first floor. Here is the floor plan of both first and ground floor. The design of second floor is the same as the first. In these 3 different places, there is one thing in common, which all of them is located under of a bathroom. For the room 3, it only appeared watermark on the ceiling. There is no water dripping. For the other 2 locations, the situation is worse. The water starts dripping from the ceiling and the worker has to use a bucket to collect the water and prevent elderly from slipping. Also, the watermark in the room 2 bathroom start to spread outside of it and reaching the corridor. And let us discuss some potential causes which leads to the seepage problem. First, it may be the building design. The floor of a bathroom should be flat where there's no hole on the floor, so that the bathroom water can have a direct access to the drink, which keeping the bathroom dry. If there's hole on the floor, the water cannot enter to the drink properly, and the water will stay inside of the hole and leak inside of the concrete, and enter to the floor below. Another reason may be the building aging problem. Crack may happen inside of an old building, and water may also slip inside of the concrete easily. Here are the surveys to detect the seepage problem. One of them is the moisture scanning technology to show where the seepage happened. Another is the pumping test, which using colored water and detect where the crack is. The next case is some suitable building. Like the elderly house, the building is also very old. There are 2 points having seepage problem. First is the main entry of the building and the room floor ceiling. Both points is starting to drip water. And now let us discuss the possible causes of this problem. Damaged pipe may be one of the causes. When the pipe is located inside of the concrete and the pipe is broken, the water may easily go through the concrete and pass to the other level. And now let me pass to the other presenter.
For the recommendation, as the water seepage problem of submersible building is not a unique case, it is a common phenomenon and problem in Hong Kong. So there are some suggestions that's not only for submersible building but also for Hong Kong. First is maintenance. For Hong Kong include submersible building, most of the water seepage problem occurs at the old building structure. For this old building, maintenance has lost for a long period and caused many structures are old and broken. Besides that, when there is some water seepage problem, the repairment will be conducted more than 3 months after the report of the problems. The investigation period is very long due to the lack of information and digital process. Therefore, regular maintenance should be provided for the older building first. They will keep tracking the newest situation and avoid serious water sewage problem. However, only providing maintenance is not enough. Raising the public awareness on water sewage problem is important. As water seepage problem is the class of the social technological problem, seepage will cause different kinds of problem. For the main cause, it will affect the health as the waste environment and the bacteria will grow in this kind of environment. Second, the public safety will also be harmed as it will demolish the building structure. Therefore, identify and report the water sewage problem is important for the public. Advertisement of the knowledge of the water seepage problem to the public and also conduct workshop and lecture to the public is one method to raise the public awareness of water seepage. After raising the awareness of public, the suitable reporting hotline and service should be provided for public. For current, there are hotlines of 1823 is provided for the public to report and inquire. However, it is a large government service hotline which require for assisting all kinds of report and question for public. The waiting time of the reporting and repairing is extremely long. Therefore, public may find their district council to report the problem as the second way. However, this is not professional enough. Therefore, for suggestion, a hotline of water seepage only should be conducted. Also, the water seepage accuracy should be provided for necessary assistance. To sum up, the above recommendations are only the first step and the important step to tackle the water seepage problem of Hong Kong. Further improvements are also required for the reference. This is the reference list, and this is the end of our presentation. Thank you.